Hey guys, so today I wanted to film a TikTok video about all of my favorite drugstore makeup products. And then I thought might as well do a YouTube video at the same time. So this is going to be a different orientation and I'm just using my phone, but I'm super stoked to show you all of these amazing products that I've had in my collection for quite some time and that I will absolutely repurchase if I haven't done so already. So let's get started. First product I'm using is the Nivea 2-in-1 Moisturizing Primer. So back in the day, primers used to be only like pore filling, mattifying, etc., but this one is like the first really lovely gel cream moisturizer. It looks like this. It has just a really lovely gel-like texture right here. So I'm just gonna put this on my face and rub it in. It does have fragrance, so I am going to really avoid the eye area, but overall it has a beautiful, fresh feeling, plumps up your skin, and since I do get flaky skin, especially when I apply foundation, it's great to have a nice bouncy moisturizing base to put on underneath. After that, let's do some foundation. So I have two foundations here that I absolutely adore. Revlon Candid Photo Ready Foundation is my favorite drugstore foundation ever. I also have the Almay Clear Complexion right here, which I adore. Today I'm actually going to be using the Candid because I actually put some salicylic acid on my face last night. So I don't want to overdo it because the Clear Complexion does have salicylic acid in it. So I'm just stippling this around the face using my favorite brush ever. This is the Quoa Cosmetics foundation brush. It has the perfect angle, just like the Sephora foundation brushes actually. As well, the Marc Jacobs foundation brush is very similar with that angle. So I adore this brush. It feels so good on the skin. It is not too pinchy and it blends product out flawlessly because it has that kind of paddle brush type feel like a traditional foundation brush, but it also has that kind of duo fiber synthetic feel like a traditional round top brushes. So it's a perfect hybrid and I've just gotten so used to using it because I can, as you can see, just kind of like press the foundation into the skin, especially where I have some breakouts. I can just dab, 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 and that'll add a little bit more coverage right where I need it. Pixi does make the most amazing under eye corrector, but today I'm actually just gonna be using my highlight and concealer Rimmel Match Perfection. This is a definite dupe for the Touche Éclat, but I think it even has a bit more coverage. So it has this great little brush tip. So I just apply that under the eyes, just blending that in with the e.l.f. pointed foundation brush. Look at that coverage, you guys. It is so brightening. It gives the most perfect coverage for me. It does oxidize a bit. This foundation will oxidize too. That's one thing to remember with drugstore foundations, although they might go on really bright, note that they will most likely oxidize. I'm also just dabbing any excess I have around the eyebrows, nose, and mouth area because that's where a lot of my redness shows up. And two, this is a perfect concealer. If you do have any spots, you can just dab a little bit on. It's fantastic for spots. After that, I'm actually gonna do eyeshadow primer. So this is Annabelle Eye Base. I think this is a good dupe for MAC like Painterly Paint Pot. You can see right here, it has some color. So I'm just gonna apply that right onto the lid and it has a beautiful tacky consistency. So it does even out the eyelids a little. Tried and true Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Love this stuff. I'm applying it with a Hakuhodo brush. There are EcoTools brushes, you name it, but I love this fancy brush to apply my powder. So as you can see, I'm just swirling my brush into the powder and doing nice round strokes across my face. And this will just set the foundation beautifully. I am going out, I am going to be wearing a mask today, so this is a lovely, lovely product to just set. Now for bronzer, this is Catrice Sungasm. Look at how dark this is. So again, same brush, swirl, swirl. I'm just gonna put it right into the hollows of my cheeks. I did start off with some acne marks on my cheeks and I didn't work too hard to conceal those because look, by the time I put my bronzer on, those marks are really just going to be camouflage. At the end, if I do feel like I have some color poking through, I'll show you, you can just do a little bit of concealer on top of all your makeup, but overall, putting your powder products on and everything and then worrying about the spots is my best tip. For blush, we have this wonderful one from Essence. It is their Satin Touch blush in Satin Love number 20, and I'm just gonna, again, feathering that right onto the cheeks beautifully here. Any extra goes up onto the forehead, nose, chin, just fabulous. This highlighter, Wet n Wild Mega Glow, this is in the shade Blossom Glow. It is so beautiful. I'm using my Real Techniques brush. I'm going to get it loaded up with product and just brushing that highlight right on top of the cheekbones. Look at that. Any excess I'm putting right onto the brow bone, nose, cupid's bow, and chin. Amazing. So now is a good time actually to go in with my concealer. I just have some spots peeking through. Whoa, look at that highlight. I'm just gonna go in with that concealer, dab it onto some of the spots. Again, it has high coverage. This stuff, it's outstanding. I actually keep it in my car, okay, because it has the perfect shade and finish. I'll literally like put it on a spot while I'm driving at a stoplight, and then, you know, before I get out of the car, I just try to remember to go in there, blend it out a little bit. So you just grab a little brush. This is just a little pointed brush right here. I'm literally then just tapping the product in really, really easily right here. I'm really just going to blend right around the spot. Since this is the most perfect color for me, it is 125 Fair. I believe it's the lightest shade. I don't need to do much blending. You literally just feather out the edges of the spot you made with the concealer and you're good to go. Now let's do some eyeshadow. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Amber Rush. It's stunning. I'm actually just gonna use my finger and then look at the color when you put it on the lid. It's one of those super intensely pigmented products. I believe it is a dupe of the Giorgio Armani cream colors that turn into a powder essentially right after you put it on. But holy smokes, it is like that one and done shade where it looks really bright in here but kind of has some darkness in the crease. Absolutely spectacular. So I'm again just picking some up and blending it right over the lid, right into the inner corner, all the way to the edge. Don't forget the crease. This you can probably find for like 15 bucks max, and the color is outstanding. I've actually had it for at least 1 or 2 years now, and it hasn't dried out. It is spectacular. Just goes to show you, you really don't need to splurge on designer products. You can find some true steals at the drugstore. So that is the whole point of today's tutorial here. And that's all I'm gonna use for eyeshadow. Catrice also has some amazing eyeshadows, but to be honest, I have not been pulling out eyeshadow palettes very much. So next up, I'm actually moving into brows, switching it up a little bit here. This is the Brow Designer from Essence in the shade Blonde. So this is just a regular pencil. It's just the perfect shade for me. And I think it's something like $2.50. It is so cheap, you guys. Look at the color as well. It fills in my dark brownie blonde hair perfectly. Oh my God, I keep this in my travel bag. It is the only thing I need. It is so simple. Sometimes we just need to go back to basics. Look at that. It gives a bit of warmth because I find my brows can kind of pull really dark brown, which is weird because my hair is naturally a little bit blonder. So I just love how this applies. It's actually quite creamy, so it's not raking across my eyebrows. The Wet n Wild Twist Up eyebrow pencils are also amazing, and they have that kind of like thicker tip, so those are outstanding, and they're a great dupe for the Benefit brow product like that. This little comb on the cap as well is perfect. It's all I need to just blend it out, give me like those super fluffy dramatic brows. So this Pixie liner is just gonna go right under to give me a bit of color underneath the eyes. Okay, I like just to apply a bit right in the center of my lower lash line. Blend it out with my finger. This is my favorite eyeliner from the drugstore. It is a liquid. It is actually made in Japan, and it is this deep brown Physicians Formula liquid liner in a brush tip. I lift my brow and I start right in the center. That's all I need. So let's do the other eye. I like to do my setting spray before mascara. So this is the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Setting Mist. There is some like glitter particles in this, so I'll shake it up a little bit. And then you just spritz it right over the face. It smells really good. It definitely probably has some fragrance in it, but I think it's lovely. The best lash primer on earth, you guys. This is the Essence Volume Booster. Oh my God, I could not recommend this highly enough. So I'm just gonna do a really nice light coat. I actually do like the top and bottom of the lashes, as well as the top and lower row of lashes, so that my lashes are totally covered. Now for mascara, this is the NYX Worth the Hype, and it is worth the hype, you guys. Look at the brush. It is like the Dior Show, but a little bit better in my opinion. Can you believe it? It is so cheap, it's like $10. And it has lasted me so long. You're only supposed to keep this for probably 6 months. So it is definitely hitting the trash, but it works phenomenally. It layers perfectly over primers. And the reason why I use mascara primers is not only to condition the lashes, because they actually have like skincare for your lashes in these primers, but also the primer coats your lashes so that the mascara stays on longer, because the oils that come through your follicles onto your lashes are one of the things that breaks down mascara and causes it to flake and smudge. So using a primer, it acts as that like absorbent base so that you won't have as much breakdown and fallout of your mascara throughout the day. As well, you end up using less mascara because you already have that kind of really plumping base of primer. And finally, I find that my primer curls my lashes, so I don't even use a lash curler for the most part, because I find that the act of using that primer already gets my lashes in the perfect kind of curled position. For lips, I am using my NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Peekaboo Neutral. So I essentially fill in the entire lip. Perfect color. It's a definite dupe for like Bobbi Brown and Makeup Forever 3C. Like, it is so good and super cheap. This right here is an Essence lipstick that they no longer make in this exact packaging. It's in number 5 Cool Nude. It just looks amazing. Again, very similar kind of nudie color, but just looks so fresh and fun. How pretty is this look? I feel like this is a Charlotte Tilbury look on a serious budget. My skin is glowing, it's fresh, it looks so, so pretty, but also sultry. Like, you could wear this to a wedding. This is honestly like wedding makeup in my opinion. I would wear this type of look on my wedding, and I would totally recommend all of the products I mentioned. Let me know if you've tried any of them. Definitely add them to your next grocery store or drugstore shopping list, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.